Hi guys, Thomas and Friends 47 here, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Trackmaster Thomas and Friends Motorized Talking Diesel. Now this engine, like the rest of the talking engines, has this beautiful packaging. Everything's clear and crisp, you can see all of the products inside, it's really neat. And it also has a few phrases on the side which I think is cool. Here's the back of the box that shows those other talking engines. I hope to get Gordon soon. All in all, a very cool box here. Here's the other side of the packaging, the bottom of the packaging, and then the top of the box. That's enough of the packaging. Let's take a look at the product inside. Alright, and here he is. Diesel just looks amazing. Let's take a look at Diesel by himself. Now, one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the red stripes going down the side. Personally, I wish they would have left that off, but it's nice that they try to give us something different. He does have bolt detail on the side, though, which I think is pretty cool. He's also significantly bigger than his Trackmaster standard model, which is interesting, but that's to fit all the mechanics inside. You can also see where that lamp is there at the front. On the front of the engine, you'll see he has the buffers there and then the headlamp, and he actually talks when that headlamp lights up. We'll hear a few phrases from him right now in just a second. Right now, take a look at that detail.
I could be a useful engine. Heaving hooks.
Very cool. Alright, now here's the other side Diesel, which is basically the same. You can see that the ladder continues all the way down on this side because there's no lamp there. And then here's the back of the engine, which is a little bit plain, but that's okay. No buffers, they're just slightly raised there. That's understandable. All the talking engines are that way. Here's the top of the engine. Again, you can see where I was talking about it's wider than the the standard Trackmaster Diesel. And then here's the bottom of the engine. You can see the mechanisms there for working with the stop track. Alright, and here is this truck that's included. You'll see it has this muddy print on it. And I actually like these slate trucks. I like the shorter ones because they look more realistic with narrow gauge. It has a little cow inside, which is cool. Here's the front and the other side, again with that mud printing. It doesn't really look like mud. I think it's a little bit too thin. If they had applied it a little bit more opaque, I think it would look better. Here's the inside of the car, and this is actually a new mold. You can see it has a water trough, brushes for the cow, and rope, as well as hay on the bottom of the car, which is interesting, but at the same time, it means that you can't use this with the other cargo that you've been able to use these cars with before. So it's a bit disappointing on that side. Here's the bottom of the car. And here's the cow figure that's included. It actually has a lot of detail for what it is, including painted eyes. The top and the bottom of the mold. Alright, but last and definitely not least, let's take a look at this awesome milk tanker, This tanker is amazing. I like how it's clear. It's not the most realistic thing in the world, but I like how it has the milk inside that you can actually see. I wish it was a logo that looked more like the actual CGI series, but that's alright. But you can see as it rolls around, not only does it wiggle, but the milk moves back and forth on the inside. And how they do that is just a plastic piece inside, so that if you tip it over, say like upside down, the milk moves with it and actually look like it's really inside. Though it can flip upside down, like this, like I've done here, but to do that you just shake it a little bit and it goes right back to where it was. All in all, very cool. The face on this looks amazing. It looks just like a classic series. I'm so glad that they used that face on this freight car. Alright, here's the other side, which is basically the same, but all in all, not bad. And then here's the back of the tanker. And the top. I like how you can see through it there. And then there's the bottom of the tanker. Alright guys, this talking diesel pack looks amazing, but looks are not all that's to this engine. Let's hear some of the sound clips and how he interacts with the other talking engines.
Where are you headed? To the dairy. Honking horns. Hello, Diesel. What are you doing? I'm taking passengers all around Sodor.
Alright, isn't that amazing? I just love how Diesel talks about his jobs, how you hear the cow mooing in the background. it's amazing. And the fact that they put this much effort and detail, not into just this engine, but all of the talking engines from this series, really amazed me. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't expecting to like Diesel the most out of these three engines that I've gotten so far, but I really do. Out of all three engines, for some reason he's my favorite. I don't know if it's the phrases that he says, the way they interacts with the other engines. It's really cool. And, all of that conversation that you heard was over a 10-minute span. And it's amazing how many different phrases they have. Some of them are repetitive, but then there's like one or two that are sprinkled in that you don't hear all that often. Um, I got this 3 days ago, and even today I was playing around with it and heard a phrase that I hadn't heard him say at all in those 3 days. And it's just amazing to me that they have this much packed into them. So for this 3 pack, what would I rate it? If I had to rate it, from out of 10 stars, I would give it a 10. Just everything about this pack works. The way Diesel looks, the way he has his headlamp built into the side, I love that. The way the cars are, like, even though I wish the mud print was done a little bit better, it still all works. It looks like he's going to the dairy, and it just makes so much sense. And the phrases on the engine are really cool. Some people were complaining that he's not devious enough, but especially in the later years of the CGI series, we saw kind of a transformation of Diesel from where he was just being plain evil to he was misunderstood, and he really was trying to be really useful. And I kind of like that story arc a little bit, though he does have some tricks up his sleeves, and of course he is full of surprises. But all in all, I do recommend this pack, probably more so than James. Out of all of them, I really like this pack a lot. But that's my personal thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.